Hey everyone, how you doing? Dan Wickline here, and I haven't done a quick pop-up video like this in a while, but had a bit of news come out that I found very interesting and thought I would share. Now, some of you may know that let me put up a spoiler thing just in case. All right. So some of you know that Loki season finale happened. It's been a few days, so most of you have probably seen it. If not, you're going to watch it this weekend. But the ending has a big cliffhanger, and of course, there is then the mid-credit scene, which pretty much just says that Loki will return for season two. Now, I know a lot of people were taking it from that you know this was all kind of part of the plan that we're setting things up, and the next season will carry forward. And I thought for sure that was the case too. But then a news thing came out today, and I'm going to give you the highlights of it. Uh, Deadline is reporting exclusively that director and executive producer Kate Herron says she's not returning for season two of Loki. She says that I always planned to, I always planned to be just on for this, and to be honest, season two wasn't in the. That's something that just came out, and I'm so excited. I'm really happy to watch it as a fan next season. But I just think I'm proud of what we did here, and I've given it my all. I'm working on some other stuff yet to be announced. Now, they also asked her if she'll be involved with the Marvel movie, and she says, no, I'm just focused on my own stuff at the moment. I love Marvel. I'd love to work with them again, but my outing with Loki is what I've done with them. Now, does that seem really important? Well, yeah, it does, because where Loki hangs off is quite the cliffhanger. A lot has changed, a lot of potential. If you watched the Dan Wickline show last night, you know we were talking about some of the things they could do now with this Crisis on Infinite Earth style reboot of the MCU, where they could take it, what they could do with it, how they could change things. They could rewrite characters. They could bring them back from the dead. They could kill some off. They could recast. I mean, pretty much it's carte blanche, because whatever they do through No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, if it wraps up there, or if it carries on into, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, wherever this ends, I personally think that Kang is going to be the big bad until the Fantastic Four, at least. That'll be the end of the Phase Four thing, like the Avengers used to be. But wherever it wraps up, they then have the opportunity to do a reboot, to basically reset the universe however they want it to be. So it's got to be this big plan. And I know that Kevin Feige said that they had a multiverse meeting to make sure everybody was on the same page. But with Kate Herron saying that season two wasn't in the plans from the beginning, that means that when season one ended, they didn't know there was going to be a season two. They didn't write it with the idea that things were going to carry over, which means that whatever resolution we're going to get is more likely to take place in Doctor Strange or Ant-Man and the Wasp or Spider-Man No Way Home. That's going to be where this resolution comes from, because they didn't have it planned out. So they left the cliffhanger, meaning that they knew there was going to get cleaned up eventually, but without the knowledge that there was going to be a season two. So this whole first season was written with the idea that it was laying the groundwork for, Kang and all this other stuff but it was doing so without the knowledge that there was going to be a season 2. Season 2 isn't necessarily going to be, wasn't a key part to the story. So while we're sitting here going, oh, will it come out before Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, or will it come out before? Where will it come out? Will it be after that? Well, what will it be? That's not necessarily have to do with Kang at all, because it seems like they're going to resolve this now in the movies, and when we get back to Loki, it could be completely different. It could be a completely new storyline with new cast and new characters other than Tom Hiddleston. It could pick up in the TVA with Mobius, but it could also, he's back in Asgard or he's somewhere else, because, like I said, season 2 wasn't in the plan. So will it be written into the plan? Will they figure out I could see them figuring out ramifications depending on how quickly this can all be put together. But at this point, Michael Waldron hasn't written anything. They don't have a writer's room. There's nothing in the works for it. So, and they don't have their director, executive producer. That means they got to find someone new to run this show or to direct this series. And they could go to a lot of people. They could go, Matt Shakman, but Shakman just signed on because there's no second season of WandaVision, but Shakman just signed on to do Star Trek, a new Star Trek, the Kelvin crew. So, maybe they're going to have to go and get somebody completely new. Maybe they go rifle through Rick and Morty to see who they can get from there. But the bottom line is that where we see the ending and think, oh, it's just going to pick up from there, how are you not going to warn me that there is more stuff I need to be confused about? Kyle, I swear to you, I was going to send you a link to this video as soon as I finished it. This just popped up this morning. I just found it and thought, I need to do a quick video just to get my thoughts out on it. But yeah, my thought immediately afterwards was, I'll have to send this link to Kyle as soon as it's done. So yeah. So Loki season 2 is not part of the overall plan. Could they work it in? I think absolutely. They could figure out a way, because that's the one great thing about Marvel and Kevin Feige and the crew he puts together. They're really agile, basically. They're able to think on their feet and add and shift things around and make things work. They're very talented that way. But Loki season 2 was not part of the plan. So we don't know what we're going to get with that, or what the universe is going to look like when season 2 comes around. Will there even be a TVA? Will Kang already be wrapped up by then? Will the multiverses still exist? Now, suddenly, everything is up in the air. We don't, season 2 wasn't planned. They talked about season 2 for a long time, that, Loki was going to have a season 2. I know we've been knowing that for months, but to hear Kate Herron talk about it in the Deadline article, she seems to think she didn't even know about it. So that's my thought. I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah. What's going to happen? Loki season 2. When will it be? Don't know. Is it even part of the overall story arc of Kang? We will find out. But so the next thing we'll know is I don't see this being affecting much of Shang-Chi or the Eternals, but I definitely, they might. But we're definitely going to see some stuff in Spider-Man No Way Home in December, and then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness in February. But then there's a whole year until Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is in 2023. Man, hate when they do stuff like that. I like answers, don't you? Don't you like answers? So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for popping on. And I will see you Sunday night for Pop Go the Writers with Paul Story and Rosalinda Diaz. See you all then.